Okay, I'm back, Biffy.
Prices leave you wondering how to pay your bills? Well, a lot of people are struggling right now. I'm attorney Tom McIntyre. Call me today to schedule your telephone or video conference meeting, and I will send you a copy of my new book about bankruptcy. When bad things happen.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. I'll get a FanDuel after we're done with that. I'll get a FanDuel in. If we talk sports, might as well. I always do it the second half of the hour, and I'd rather get it in occasionally in the first half.
Items you need. Visit hitthehighlands.com for the current guidelines and updated contact information of our retailers and restaurants.
The Wheeling Area Chamber of Commerce and Omni Strategic Technologies urge everyone. Support our local businesses. Keep dollars in our own economy. Protect our community character and well-being. Create more jobs at home. And the money spent here gets spent here over and over. Presented by the Wheeling Chamber of Commerce, supporting our local economy, and Omni Strategic Technologies. 35 years of helping clients perform without limits in the Wheeling area and beyond.
Hey, I'm going to the kitchen. Can I grab you a Coors Light?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Huh. I never knew there was a zip line in my fridge. Hey! Hey, buddy! Yeah! You got 2 Coors Lights up there?
You got it!
Always brewed down to 34 degrees. With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go, 2 Coors Lights.
Awesome, man. Wow, these are really cold.
That's the only way I deliver it.
Sure, I mean, you being a mountain climber and all.
Yep.
You probably need a pretty warm coat in there, huh?
Yep.
Hey, Ben!
Yeah!
Ask him if he has any nachos.
You got any nachos in there?
No.
Just icy cold Coors Light?
Yep.
That makes sense. It is the Rockies.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster with a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday. Increasing cloud cover, a daytime high near 68 degrees. The slight risk for a scattered shower in the early evening, but better chance through the overnight, with temperatures down to about 41 for the low. And then we'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine for your Friday, a cooler day with a high near 55. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Are you ready for an exciting and challenging day? No.
No, wait, yes.
Why exactly are you here?
It's Thursday.
Rise and grind.
Okay, back to the old grind.
Wow.
Come on, back to work.
I've never heard you talk like that before.
Then maybe you should listen.
It's Thursday.
Let's start the day off with some fun. Real fun.
Let's start the show.
Let the show begin.
Live and local in the Ohio Valley, this is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Where have we been and where are we going here in the final hour of the Watchdog Morning Show for a Thursday? Well, we just got done talking to Mark Curtis from Nexstar Media, the parent company of WTRF TV. He's their chief political correspondent. We continued our conversation about the gubernatorial debate on Tuesday night. Marshall County has turned orange on the DHHR map. We talked to Threat Preparedness Director for Marshall County, Mark Ackerman, about what that means. Among other things, it means there is free COVID testing set up immediately in Marshall County, so you can have testing done today, and apparently it looks like into the weekend as well. Plus, Mark and the health department are keeping a close eye on what happens at 10 o'clock when the latest DHHR map comes out, because Marshall County continues to see some rises in cases, and it's conceivable they could go from orange to red. So we'll keep an eye on that for you, and when that is released, I'll post it on Facebook or various social media pages, plus Hoppy may talk about it. As COVID creates a teacher shortage in West Virginia, student teachers are now going to be allowed to be hired as substitutes. I understand the problem, and I don't know that there's any other solution, but geez, your kids are already having a difficult time learning. They lost a whole semester basically last spring. A lot of remote learning going on in different places anyway, and now I don't want to get criticized for this, but they're not going to be real teachers. They're going to be student teachers going to be doing the teaching. I don't know. I mean, again, I understand that there's a substitute teacher problem. You know, teachers are not showing up because of COVID, and substitute teachers are in short demand. So I get it, but it makes me, to be honest with you, a little bit nervous. Morning Intel today has an interesting story out of Belmont County where early voting is underway, and the Board of Elections has had to put a law enforcement officer on hand to the Board of Elections during the early voting times because they've had some trouble with some people refusing to wear masks. It's an Ohio requirement for a polling place. You have to wear a mask. And people are refusing to take off their political hats or shirts or jackets or what have you. And that's not just a COVID time. That's been true all for years. You cannot go to a polling place with political slogans on. It's verboten. And yet some people were doing it. I'm gathering, since hats were specifically mentioned, I'm gathering probably had a bunch of MAGA hats. Well, you can't do that. You can't do a Trump-Pence T-shirt or a Biden, I'm riding with Biden T-shirt or anything. You can't do that. And I guess some people got belligerent and got some pretty aggressive towards the poll workers, and so they actually had to they're now putting a law enforcement officer on duty in the Board of Elections office in Belmont County. That's just sad. Plus, we've got some lighter side of life stories to get to coming up a little bit later on. 9:15 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. It is my anniversary. My wife and I have 43 years ago today, we walked down the aisle of Corpus Christi Church and said, yeah, I guess. No, we said I do.
I guess.
Do you take this woman to be a... Yeah, sure.
Why not?
Only kidding, honey. Only kidding.
Oh.
So we have our anniversary. No big plans because we don't do anything. I'm going to have sausage, gravy, and biscuits for breakfast. But other than that, I have no big plans, no nothing. But we will be together. I could get on my nerves. No, I didn't say that.
Oh, boy.
As I said, 43. We have been married for 43 years, about 37 of true wedded bliss. You always got to account for those extra times that you just,
You keep it up, you might not make it to
Any
44.
married person. Biff, there was a time I thought I wouldn't make it to 3. So.
Good thing they didn't have FanDuel back then.
Oh, yeah, placing bet. Good thing they didn't have phones back then, Jeez. At any rate, happy anniversary to my lovely wife. And, she is kind enough to let me have my breakfast most of the time. Every once in a while, she gives me the evil eye, the stink eye. You can't eat that. That's not good for you. And she's right. I know that. But, she, generally speaking, brings me my Dr. Pepper in the morning when she gets up and I'm doing the show and makes the coffee and cooked that wonderful dinner this week. We had a Thanksgiving dinner basically on Wednesday night, I guess it was. No, Tuesday night. Today's on Thursday. A big Thanksgiving turkey. I don't know what prompted that. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. And last night, Biffy, you know what we had for dinner?
What's that?
Thanksgiving leftovers.
Oh, I figured maybe you had them for lunch or something, and not. Hey, can't beat that though.
More turkey, more gravy, more the mashed potatoes. Bob Evans mashed potatoes, not ordered from Bob Evans and made out of a package. So anyway, bottom line is, it was a great meal. So she was being kind to me, and I appreciate that. All right, 9:17 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Brother Biff, it looks like we're going to add a game to our football lineup this weekend.
Yes, we were wondering whether or not we would be able to do the Ohio playoff game, and apparently we have gotten word that we will. So on tomorrow night, because today is Thursday, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, we will have Frontier at Shadyside on AM 1600 and 98.1. And then over on AM 1370 and 97.7, it'll be John Marshall at Brook.
All right, so I've got games for you this weekend. We're adding an Ohio playoff game. We kind of thought we might had to work on some scheduling and stuff. So we will have a Ohio high school playoff game. Frontier, is it at Shadyside?
Yeah, it's Frontier at Shadyside. Shadyside is they are the better seeded team. They are 7 and Frontier is 10. So Shadyside will get the home game, and then home field. And then the winner of that game next week will get the winner of Toronto and East Knox.
All right, so Ohio playoffs are underway, and West Virginia, we're in week, 7?
We are in, week 8 for Ohio, which is the second round of the playoffs, and week number 7 for regular season play in West Virginia.
All right. So games for you this weekend here. And, of course, tomorrow being Friday, it's Fall Football Friday here on the Watchdog, which means when we're done, we'll turn things over to Hoppy for a while, as always on Friday and every day from 10 until noon, statewide talk line. And then tomorrow, as always on Fall Football Fridays, it'll be the Bill DeFabio Variety Show, Fall Football Friday edition. Bill will have all different kinds of coaches and conversation going on his show. The afternoon drive, I assume, will still be the walkthrough tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll have the games for you in the evening. Tonight, let's see, we have both coaches show tonight, or just Ohio State coaches show? I know is on tonight.
West Virginia. The Neil Brown show is on tonight from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock.
All right, and then at 8 o'clock on WVOY is the Ryan Day coaches show. So you catch all the coaches, Neil Brown and Ryan Day, both on WVOY. Neil Brown on WKKX. Coming up this evening, beginning at 6 and taking us all the way into 9 o'clock. So a lot of football for you coming up here on the Watchdog Radio Network. And then let's see, we're doing the Brownies and Steelers on Sunday, right?
Yes, the Browns at the Steelers is at 1 o'clock. And we should mention Saturday at noon, it'll be Kansas and West Virginia from Morgantown, and they will be allowing fans at that game. So, again, with the noon kickoff, pregame will be at 8:30, which means we will not have the Harris Law Saturday Sports Huddle. So you'll get the pregame at 8:30 of Kansas and West Virginia. And West Virginia's game, we do know the time for this. The game next Saturday, the 24th, which is at Texas Tech. Kickoff is scheduled.
It's an evening game, right?
Kickoff is scheduled for 5:30, which means the pregame for next week will start at 2 o'clock.
All right, a lot of coverage for you, football here on the Watchdog. By the way, if you're wondering how things are going to work at the stadium this weekend, coming up today on Statewide Talkline, Hoppy is going to talk to the Associate Athletics Director for Facilities and Operations at WVU to talk about, the overall operations, how they're going to handle the seating, the parking, the concessions. How are they going to enforce distancing with fans in the stands? What's it all about? Find out more coming up today. Statewide Talkline with Hoppy Kercheval. He will talk with the Associate Athletics Director for Facilities and Operations at WVU. He'll also talk later in the show on Statewide Talkline with Tony Caridi and Brad Howe on the Mountaineer game with Kansas. So all of that coming up today on Talkline with Hoppy Kercheval. Now, if you are interested in getting a little skin in the games, then one way to do that is by playing FanDuel, not playing, but using FanDuel to bet. And one of the new big deals, a lot of folks are telling me how much they're enjoying the same game parlays on FanDuel Sportsbook. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is combine multiple bets from a single game into a single parlay, all right? And what that means is the payouts are even bigger when you win. And FanDuel's got this deal during the NFL season. They'll refund your first same game parlay that you would lose on any NFL game every week, up to $10. So you place your bets on a same game parlay, and you can do it every week. And each time, if you lose, the first time you lose that same game parlay, you will get your money back, and you can bet a different parlay risk-free every NFL week all season long. So maybe you want to place a bet on the Brownies or Steelers game. I think a lot of folks would say the Steelers probably have the edge. On the other hand, Brownies come in with a winning record, unusual for them. So maybe you're a Browns fan, you want to place your bet there, you can do that, or any of the other Sunday games as well. No games tonight. Thursday night football had to be canceled because of the COVID reschedulings. But feel free to go ahead and place your bets if you'd like to. And remember, you'll get $10 back on the same game parlay if you don't win. But the catch is there's only one place you can do same game parlays, and that is FanDuel Sportsbook. So if you don't already have a FanDuel account, just use the promo code of my name, Monroe, M-O-N-R-O-E. Put that in the promo code box when you sign up. That way they know that we sent you, and you get advantage of some of these special deals. Remember, you have to be 21 or older. You must be present physically in West Virginia or Pennsylvania. The refunds are issued as non-withdrawable site credit. They expire in 7 days. The maximum refund on the same game parlay deal is $10. There are some terms that do apply. Find out more by checking sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, don't download FanDuel. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-GAMBLER, or online at www.1800gambler.net. FanDuel Sportsbook. They have more ways to win. You know, it's interesting, Biffy. I guess most of us think it's more fun to have fans in the stands, right? But Houston Astros pitcher Zach Greinke, is that right? I'm pronouncing his name right?
Greinke, yeah.
Greinke?
Yep.
He says he likes playing in empty stadiums because the fans bother him.
He
That probably does. That's not going to sit well with fans. That's
No, when I
he says the fans always bother him. They're waving at him. They ask for autographs. They want to take pictures. He says, I don't like that stuff. Yeah, that's.
When I got in this morning, that was the Sports Map, their overnight show. I just so happened to catch they were talking about what Greinke had said and everything, and they basically said the same thing. Oh yeah, that's good. Say that about the fans and see what happens.
Yeah, that's just not a. You may think it, but saying it out loud is not a good idea. He said, quote, I don't really notice fans when the game is going on, but warming up and practice for a game, it's nice not having fans. They annoy me. There's no one trying to, when there's no one in the stands, there's no one trying to talk to you and asking for autographs or wanting pictures and all that stuff. I don't like that stuff. It's nice not having that stuff for me. Most people like it. I don't. I have never understood that attitude, Biffy. If you are in a position of public, I'm not talking about elected officials and public officials that way, but if you're someone who is in the public eye and your job depends on the public coming and watching and buying tickets and, watching games and so on, these are the people that make your life possible.
Well, and I think
you hear celebrities who do this. You have celebrities who do this too. Oh, I don't, people come over. Oh, I'm trying to think of someone who doesn't do it, and I can't think of it. Mr. Jones, would you give me your autograph? No, I don't do autographs. For God's sake.
Well, I think Greinke's tone would be a little bit different if, for one, the Astros were down 3-0 in their series against the Rays from Tampa Bay. So Houston won, so they're down 3-1. But Tampa Bay, all they need to do is win one more game, and they advance to the World Series. And number two, I think he got pulled last night in the 6th inning, and he was unhappy about getting pulled. So between that and them being down 3-0, now 3-1, I think it's a completely different story if they were, say it was reversed and they were up 3-1 instead of down 3-1. Then it would have been okay. But when you're down 3-1 in a series, you use every excuse possible, and unfortunately the fans and not, but apparently it didn't help them because it did, but it's just you don't say it.
You just don't say it. Again, I've never understood that. Now, let me be clear. There have been times I've been sitting at the bar someplace and just wanting to have a beer and talk to my friends or watch TV or something, and somebody next. Listen, and I love it when people come up to me and say, "Oh yeah, aren't you Howard Monroe? I listen to your show." Of course, I've always said, first of all, they come to me and go, "Aren't you Howard Monroe?" And my first point is, what do you think of him? Because for the wrong people, my answer is no, I look a lot like him, but that's not me. But no, I really appreciate it. People come up and say, hey, listen to your show, enjoy the show. Or even people come and say, listen to the show and think you stink. I'm just happy you listen. Now, I will be honest. I'm sitting at the bar having a beer, talking to people, watching the games or something on TV, and someone wants to get into a big political debate. Hey, I'm going to tell you what I think about Trump. Or, hey, I'm with you, Howard. I'm a big supporter of Biden. At some point, I usually go, I'm sorry. I do this for a living. I talk politics for a living. Can we talk about something else? You want to talk about the game? That's okay. Want to talk about your favorite TV show? Talk about your grandkids? Yeah. I'm just not, I talk politics for a living. I don't want to. So I do take that approach, but I would never say no to a fan. And I have a couple. Stop giving me that look, you people. I have a couple of fans. I do. I really do. But I would never, disparage fans as a general comment. Again, if you see me out someplace, you want to offer quick comments, it's welcome. You're welcome to say something like, hey, I'm with you. I like Biden. But if you want to get into a political fight with me, I have walked out of bars for that reason before. been thrown out of bars for other reasons, but I've walked out of bars. I've walked out of bars for that reason. All right, coming up, a few stories off the lighter side of life. We'll get into the Send Nudes program from Mac and Cheese has been canceled. Hormel is giving away face masks that smell like bacon. What the hell you would do that for? I don't know. And a story I mentioned yesterday I want to get to today. An anchor woman in Alaska punched out her boss. But that's only a tiny part of the story. Some of the fun stuff we'll get to coming up after we take care of some business right now.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Okay, Biffy, I'm back. I'll use the starter block intro for this segment when we get back. Thanking you.
Lube.com. and follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their latest specials and promotions.
How do you give hope to a child in the foster care system? It starts with your heart. That tug you feel in yours when you hear that children are waiting for a stable, loving voice to speak up for their best interests. And then it becomes your time. What started out as a feeling that maybe you could make a difference becomes the difference. Change a child's story. There is a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster with a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday. Increasing cloud cover, a daytime high near 68 degrees. The slight risk for a scattered shower in the early evening, but better chance through the overnight, with temperatures down to about 41 for the low. And then we'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine for your Friday, a cooler day with a high near 55. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
Hello, Ohio Valley. This is Kate Delaney inviting you to join me overnight here on the Watchdog. Whether it's talking to big names in entertainment or sports, discussing the latest political news, or just chatting about life, I'll be here to keep you company on the Watchdog, WVLY AM 1370, FM 97.7, or online at watchdognetwork.com.
It's your turn to talk. From politics to pet peeves, get it off your chest and on the air. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
I mentioned coming up at 10, Hoppy's going to be talking with folks in the WVU about how the fans are going to get into the stands, how many people are going to be there, how they're going to socially distance, how's that whole thing going to work. I think that'll be kind of interesting. I'm looking forward to listening to that conversation. Tony Caridi will be on to talk about the game itself. But outside of sports, coming up today on Statewide Talk Line with Hoppy Kercheval, shortly after 10 o'clock, Senator Joe Manchin is in to talk about the gubernatorial debate, which is kind of interesting since he wasn't running for governor, and also, most important, the Supreme Court nominee hearing. State School Superintendent Clayton Birch is on with Hoppy today. Talk about that story I mentioned earlier, where the state school board is now going to allow student teachers to be paid substitute teachers in the school system because across the state there is simply a shortage of substitute teachers. Brad will be in to talk about the governor's residency. There was a hearing in Charleston yesterday on our old friend Isaac Sponagel's lawsuit against the governor, claiming he needs to live at the governor's mansion and reside in Charleston under the Constitution. And it's hard to read these things, but it kind of sounds like, and Brad was telling me that his reading of the questions being asked of both sides yesterday kind of was the Supreme Court was, on this particular legal issue, was kind of siding with Spanagel. So Brad will talk about all of that coming up today on Statewide Talk Line. Plus, more results on the Metro News poll. There's been the governor's results last week. There's been the direction of the state and results that came out this week. Some additional Metro News poll results. Rex Repass will be in to talk about that coming up today. Statewide Talk Line, it begins at 10 o'clock. Why don't we've been very busy this morning with serious stuff. Why don't we talk about some things on the lighter side of life, Brother Biff?
The most interesting stories aren't always on the front page. Here are some stories in our starter block on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
This is one I do not get. I just don't get it. The Hormel Company has launched a breathable bacon face mask. They call it, and I quote, a revolutionary face mask featuring the latest in pork-scented technology. Basically, the face mask smells like bacon. Now, the smell of bacon is good, you know. I like a piece of bacon every once in a while. It's not my breakfast meat of choice, but I like bacon. I don't want to smell it all day long.
No.
Who in the world wants to get... Hormel is giving away these breathable bacon face masks for free, and maybe somebody will take it. Oh, it's free. I guess I'll take it. Through October 28th. If you want to get one, you go to their website, breathablebacon.com. Now, in addition to getting a face mask for every request that they get, so if you want to go and get your breathable face mask at breathablebacon.com, they will donate one meal to the organization Feeding America. So there's a good cause behind this, but really and truly, I'm serious, but I think I'd throw up after a while.
Yeah, you would. Well, I guess that would be one way to keep people away from you is to smell like bacon all day.
I guess.
I mean, if you're going that route,
that man smells like bacon. Don't get close to the bacon, man.
I mean, if you want to go that route, there's a way to do it, I guess.
I guess so. A new survey out, and I will tell you that bacon anchors the list at number 10. A new survey out of what are the foods we hated as a kid, but we like as an adult. 2,000 Americans were surveyed. The 10 most common foods kids hate but adults like. Now, bacon is number 10, and I have to admit, I've always liked bacon. Again, not in great abundance. I'm not a guy that wants, 10 slabs of bacon with his meal, but a piece of bacon, yeah, I'm in for that. Actually, what I usually do is I'll get sausage or ham at a breakfast buffet, and I'll just take the bacon from my wife's plate. That's kind of what I do. Did you get bacon, honey? Yes, you did. Okay, I think I'll have some. But what is there any food, Biffy, that you like now that you did not like when you were a kid?
I don't think. I think I'm more the opposite. There were foods that I didn't like as a kid that I still won't eat. But
That's the way I am. Almost everything on this list is I didn't like them as a kid. I don't like them as an adult.
Yeah, I mean,
number 10 is bacon. Now that I get. 1 out of 8 people said they hated bacon as a kid.
Oh, I loved it.
Do you like bacon?
Oh yeah, I like bacon as a kid. Whether it be bacon and eggs or a bacon sandwich, bacon in the
bacon
cut up
burger.
Kind.
Put bacon on a burger. Yeah,
bacon cheeseburger, bacon in the crumbled up kind in an omelet. Yeah, I've liked bacon so.
And I've never not liked bacon, as far as I can remember. But so number 10 on this list is bacon. About 1 in every 8 people said they hated bacon as a kid, but they don't hate it anymore. Again, I never hated it. I like bacon now. Now, and then number 8, and I guess there are people who feel this way. Number 8 on the list are eggs. Eggs.
I liked eggs.
And I still like eggs. I liked them then, and I like them now.
The only difference with eggs though is the way I would eat them. If they were the dippy eggs, when I was little, I wouldn't eat the yolk. I would always eat around the yolk and throw it away. But now,
no, the dippy's the best part anymore.
But now what I do is I'll still eat it a little bit, but if you put it on a piece of toast with butter and eat it that way, it's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I love, you're right. We always call them dippy eggs.
Yep.
These days, over easy, over hard, or whatever, but we just called them dippy eggs when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You want some dippy eggs, son? Yes, I do. My man likes some dippy eggs. So eggs also on this list at number 8 of foods that people hated as a kid but liked as an adult. Again, I've liked eggs all my life. I liked them then. I like them now. Greek yogurt. I'm not a big yogurt fan. Are you?
I like yogurt. I mean, I'll eat it. I guess it's something I just don't think of. But yeah, I like yogurt.
Teddy, that's a snack for Teddy. We have a lot of yogurt in the house. Teddy loves to eat yogurt, so that's a big deal for him. Then we get into the things that are really icky. Avocados. Now, I get that. For a lot of kids, when you're a kid, avocados are no good. I'm still not a big avocado fan. But it's become a pretty big deal in the new cuisine, Biffy. Avocado.
Toast.
Avocado with almost everything anymore.
Yeah, when we were in Florida last year, my cousin, he made us breakfast one morning, and we had the toast with avocados on it, and it was good. I mean, I liked it.
Now we get to the top 5 foods you hated as a kid but like as an adult. I don't like any of these, and every kid I think hates them at least at some point, and they're all vegetables. They're all vegetables.
Here we go.
Number 5, green beans. Now, I never liked green beans as a kid. I will be honest, I do eat green beans. I'm not a big fan. All the folks who ever go to lunch with me or my restaurant owner friends will tell you, I can't imagine you eating green beans. With a certain meal, green beans are okay. I can live with green beans, and they're good for you, so that's okay.
I like green beans, and especially when they're in a green bean casserole.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way to have them. Number 4, spinach. Now, I never liked spinach. Spinach in a salad's not too bad these days. When I was a kid, because Popeye had spinach, I am what I am, and that's all I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. My mom, I remember this so vividly. My mom would go to the store. This is long before we had Kroger's or Respects. This is back when we had maybe the A&P was the biggest supermarket around, or Buy Right was a deal we had. My mom would say, I'm going to the store. What do you want? And every single time she would go, I would say, give me some spinach. And she would say, but son, you hate spinach. I think I'm going to like it now. Because Popeye ate spinach, and by golly, I was going to eat spinach too. So I remember that so well, and she would come back with a can of spinach, and she would say, well, give it a try, and we'd open it up, and I'd take a taste, and then that was it until the next time she went to the store. Number 3, broccoli. No, thank you. Not then, not now, not never. No broccoli, no thank you.
I can eat broccoli if it's with cauliflower, like if it's in a vegetable mix. I can eat broccoli in pasta salad. And I think that's about the only time I eat broccoli. I mean, I don't mind.
Number 2 in the foods you hated as a kid but would eat right now are Brussels sprouts.
No way. Still hate them.
Going back again to the days of my youth, my parents tried to trick me. I think I might have told the story on the air before. It's a little icky breakfast time, but I wouldn't eat them. And so my parents tried to hide the Brussels sprouts inside the mashed potatoes. And I took a bite, and I promptly threw up on the table. They never tried that trick again.
That'll teach them.
Brussels sprouts are going to do it. That'll teach them. Don't try and trick me. I don't want Brussels sprouts. Don't put them in the potatoes. Don't do anything with them. I'm not going to eat them. And if I do, they're coming right back up at you. Number 1 thing that we hated as a kid but like as an adult, asparagus. Again, not me. I'm not an asparagus fan at all. But I do. I mean, I do know that a lot of folks who hated it as a kid do like asparagus. A good, asparagus stalk as a side dish. Some folks like that. Are you an asparagus kind of guy, Biffy?
Not really. I had it one time, and it wasn't cooked right, and it just tasted. It was bad, and I said, that's it. That's enough for me. Don't no more of that.
Well, there you go. Those are the foods we hated as a kid but like as an adult. Continuing down the starter block front here, the sidelight of the news stories. I mentioned this yesterday, didn't get around to it. This is one of those stories that each step along the way, it gets worse, Biffy. Maria Athens is a news anchor in Alaska. And on Facebook the other day, she teased a story that she said the mayor of Anchorage had posted a photo of his male genitalia on an underage girl's website. This is what she put on her Facebook page. That she had posted that the mayor had posted a photo on an underage girl's website. Now, the mayor quickly came back and said, no, what? No! But in saying no, he had to, and this is where every step along the way it gets worse. In saying no to what she claimed, he then had to explain that actually he and this news anchor, they bumped uglies a few times. They had an inappropriate relationship, was his phrase, over text. Police say they've found nothing to back up her story about the photo. And the mayor says, well, they did have sex. The story isn't over yet, but here's a clip of a video where she says that the mayor posted a photo of his male genitalia.
Hello there, Maria Athens from Fox ABC CW Newsnet National Alaska. Breaking news, according to reliable sources, Anchorage Mayor Ethan Berkowitz has his male genitalia posted on an underage girl's website. Coming up tonight, Fox 4 News at 9 and Newsnet National for sure will cover this. You heard it here first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yikes. I think she may have a screw or two loose. I'm not totally sure. Police and the FBI investigated the allegation. They found absolutely no evidence to it. But as I mentioned, what was true was that this woman and the mayor did have an affair, and he admitted to that on Monday. Story's not done yet, Biff. After all of this came to light, the station manager at her TV station got really upset. You know why?
Why?
He was having an affair with her.
Oh, no.
He was having an affair with her. And they got into a big fight, at which point she punched out her boss. She has been arrested for assault, criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, and posting false information. Could be wrong. I'm guessing her broadcasting career probably is over.
Yeah, it's Fine.
But think about that. She says, I've got breaking news. The mayor had posted pictures of his junk on an underage girl's website, which is not true. Turns out she was having an affair with the mayor, which turned out to be true. And she was also having an affair with her boss, who got upset because she was having an affair with the mayor. And when he confronted her, she punched him out. I'll tell you what, she went for the trifecta. She really went for the trifecta.
Should have went for the super.
41-year-old Maria Athens, ABC Fox CW network affiliate in Anchorage, Alaska. Well, I've been to Alaska. You know, things are different in Alaska. A lot of wide open space there. I guess you got to fill the time with something. Last week, Kraft Macaroni and Cheese started a new promotion. It was called the Send Nudes promotion. Now, it was a play on words, nudes meaning noodles, okay? But, and you can hear in this little ad that's promoting it, too many people thought that they were promoting something else.
In these strange times, people are in need of extra comfort. That's why it's always a nice gesture to send nudes, so they know you're thinking of them. I'm talking about nudes, not nudes. I want there to be no confusion. Do not send nudes. Definitely send nudes. Send nudes early and often to everyone. Send nudes never. I mean, maybe to yourself, but even then, sparingly, unless you're talking about nudes, in which case, send away. In the event that there's any confusion about this, let's take a step back. Always send nudes. Never nudes. The only thing you should never not send is nudes.
Okay. All right. You see, you get the clever play on words here. Send nudes, N-O-O-D-S, as in short for noodles. Send nudes, but not nudes, N-U-D-E-S. I kind of get what they were going for, a playful play on words. Didn't work out really well, and there were huge amounts of parents complaining that essentially Kraft was sexualizing a children's food. And so they have pulled their Send Nudes promo. But I'm telling you, my head was spinning just listening to that. Send nudes, not nudes. You know, I mean, nudes are okay, but not nudes. You want to send nudes, but not nudes, but not nudes. Send nudes.
That's That's right up there with the governor talking about being confused during his press conferences.
Yes, exactly. So, but I guess there will be no more send nudes commercials for Kraft macaroni and cheese. And honestly, I've never heard noodles referred to as nudes anyways. Have you?
No, I have not.
I mean, I've never heard that as a shortened form of noodles. I've never heard someone say, would you like some nudes? I mean, if somebody were to ask me that, I might say yes, but then I'm not talking about Kraft. If you know what I'm saying. I bet you that woman up in Alaska probably knows how to send nudes. Bob Westfall is here from the Big Seven, WTRF TV. Let's talk about what's going on at the Big Seven. Good morning, Bob.
Morning, Howard. How are you?
Let me check. All my parts are in place. I think I'm in good shape.
There you go. All right. Well, some of the things we're working on today. Wheeling Heritage just announced that they have received a power grant from the Appalachian Regional Commission for a survey downtown. We're going to find out what that survey is, what they hope to accomplish. So that's some big news there. I'm not sure how much the grant is for. I'll have to double check the price. So got an email yesterday from Senators Capito and Manchin announcing that, and then just got an email from the Wheeling Heritage just now about the grant. So this is all part of workforce and economic revitalization. So that's kind of interesting for a city and for downtown. So that's something we're working on. Also working on the Alpha Tavern. Dining begins today at 11. So, after work.
Full menu out there now today, as of today? Good.
Yeah, we're until 11 o'clock today, so the Alpha Tavern will be serving food and stuff like that today. So we'll be there. We'll cover that. We'll have that as well. One of the bigger stories today, don't want to skip over this, Senator Mike Maroney is supposed to be in Magistrate Court in Marshall County for a preliminary hearing on his situation down there. So we will have an update on that. Cameras aren't allowed in the courtroom due to COVID. It's such a small space, but we will have an update on that. As you know, that situation's gone back for almost a year with the senator. So we'll have that. He'll be in today for a couple counts. Looks like about 3 or 4 counts dealing with the situation out of Marshall County. So we'll have that. We'll have an update on that if that happens today as planned. Also, something kind of an interesting story. When you go out, do you hang your mask on your rearview mirror?
I do not know. Is that a bad thing to do?
Yeah, apparently AAA is saying that's not a good thing to do. They're really asking you not to do that because it could be distracting while you're driving the vehicle. So we're going to talk to Jim Garrity out of AAA, find out what their thought process is behind that. So I guess they're asking you not to do those kind of things. So we'll have that as well. So those are some of the bigger things we're working on today. Of course, keeping track of some weather. I think we're looking at some rain later today. And Scott Nolte will have all of the latest sports and who's playing and who's not playing.
Noon, 5, 6, 10, 11, 5:30 statewide show, always at WTRF.com. Good talking to you, Bob. We'll do it again tomorrow.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.
Thanks a lot. Biffy, I got to go. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. Go to our Willing Creeks Don't Rise. You back with me?
I'm back to close out the week.
We're going to keep on doing it till we get it right.
That could be a long time.
Indeed.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Tursky.
All right, Biffy. That wasn't too bad a show. We managed to make it work. Yeah, it's a nice mixture of some things today. That was good. All right, I don't know what's up tomorrow other than McCabe. Hopefully John, and let me look at my calendar. Oh, wait, what do I have something on here tomorrow? What is it? It begins Barnes. Oh, this is a good book, Barnstorming Ohio, a guy who's been looking at Ohio's election from around the state. That's good. Okay. That'll be good. All right, so we got some stuff for tomorrow then. Very good. All right, Biffy, appreciate it. I'll be around if you need me. Just text me or call me or do whatever you need to do. I'll go and see what I can. Yeah, send the drone. Feel free. I got a drone here that my kids got me a couple years ago. I got to get this drone out and get it turned on one of these days. So, all right, I better go find a card for my wife or something. I guess it's hard to buy these things anymore. Yeah, just right down the road, so I can do that because she's always. I mean, I don't get out. I'm never away from her. I never have a chance to go buy anything. So, all right. Call me if you need anything. Otherwise, I'll talk to you in the morning. Thank you. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon. Bye.
50,000 new cases per day. You're listening to ABC News.
Allstate now has deeper savings, and deeper savings require deep thoughts and a deep voice, like mine. Save for being a new customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. As someone once said, saving today is money tomorrow. That's deep.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
T-Mobile for Business knows saving time and money is important for your business. That's why we're introducing Microsoft 365